Joe with seduction.com, help you unleash your best with women and beyond. And today we're going to talk about how to make girls instantly comfortable with you. And there ain't going to be any steps to this video because fuck that shit. We just need to get straight to the point, which is one, first of all, look, I just did a step unconsciously. Fuck it. You do not need to show anything but abundancy with women. For example, a lot of times when I would street approach, when I would go up to girls on the street, I would go up to women who are from cultures totally different from mine. So one of the things I quickly made a habit was to basically say, like indirectly, that I knew a girl from her culture. What this would basically do is get her more comfortable with me. Now, you could do this another way, like say you meet a girl and she's from Greek or some shit. Maybe you know Mediterranean food. You could use food to get her comfortable with, to get comfortable with her but for me, I always went for the most top thing that could quickly put me in that image of sexual and romantic. So for me, I wanted to mention that it was a girl. If the chick said she was from a certain country, I'd be like, oh my God, like that's cool. I had a friend, she was from blah blah blah. The food was really good and the energy she communicated with was really nice. Like I enjoyed it. It was different from what I was used to. You see I could just go through this shit because I've done this shit so much, it's like unconscious. By doing that instantly, she's like, oh really? Oh, that's cool, blah blah blah. Whereas a second ago, she probably felt like I was just some dude trying to pry into her by going through her culture. Oh yeah, Russia, what's that like? It's not really what you want to fucking do. You want to be able to instantly connect with a girl and make her comfortable. And a lot of times that's showing relation to her interest, not looking like you're just prying and trying to show interest, but to generally look like you have something in common with her instantly. And also the abundancy. I always try to mention that I know it was a girl, or I try to constantly let her see that there are women in my life. If I'm like, oh yeah, I was hanging out, we all went to the show, and my friend's niece, she was like blah blah blah, whatever the case. By doing that, you just let her know, listen, you're not a fucking weirdo killer. This is especially important when it came to like going up to girls on the street or in random places outside of social environments, because you quickly fall into a stranger category, which has no emotion. It's just you a stranger. I look at you and I picture myself chopped up in a fucking basement. You're trying to quickly take that shit away. One of the ways I would do it is by just saying shit related to her culture and showing abundancy with women indirectly through conversations, through stories, or just, yeah, basically that. Also, what I would also do is sometimes, say like on the street, I would accuse them of doing the opposite. So say I wanted to take a chick for coffee right then and there on the street, I would say like, oh, well, they're gonna get coffee just as long as you don't like chop me up in a basement somewhere. I would say this shit to disarm her, because she's thinking that about me. She's like, oh, am I really going with this guy? I'm basically saying like, no, I'm going, but make sure we're gonna make sure we're in public. I used to actually do this. I used to do this with girls online a lot. This was something that I did all the time. In fact, a lot of times I unconsciously did some genius shit. I would basically flip the roles. Any issue that a girl has, you bring it up first. That's how you can make her comfortable. For example, you're inviting her to her house, but you see she's maybe not quite in that comfortable area first. You bring it up first. You say, oh, listen, but I gotta go to work early in the morning, so don't plan on having a fucking sleepover. You could leave your pajamas at home. That type of shit. You immediately address her issues. If you're trying to invite her to the room, you bring up artwork or some shit or something cool that you can show her to distract her, or you let her know that, oh look, I'm bringing you to the room, but don't touch any of my shit. Or you just make her feel like this isn't something. You address her issues first. Ultimately, that's what it is. By flipping the roles especially, that's what's great about it, is because a second ago she was thinking, oh shit, he's gonna murder and rape me, and now you're making these murder and rape jokes to her, like don't murder and chop my body up, and she's looking at you like, what? I wasn't gonna fucking do shit, and now you're like, okay, goofy bitch, let's just go get coffee, and now she's on her way to coffee, and you just pulled a very smooth one, player. By the way, bro, if it's your first time here and you're interested in dating, relationships, self-improvement, and motivational content, start now by hitting that button right there so you can join that Unleash notification game, bro, so you don't miss anything. So with that being said, let's get back to the video. Also, if you want to make girls comfortable with you, especially when you escalate sexually, romantically, you need to get physical early on. As soon as you meet the bitch, I get it. Maybe in a situation like work, you can't really get physical with her. Most you could do is maybe a fucking high five or some shit. Fine. That situation, I totally recommend you do not be touching on bitches at work, because you might end up in a fucking Me Too movement campaign video, which is not what I want for you, so don't do so. But touching girl early on, think about it. If you're not touching a bitch all day, and then suddenly now you're trying to kiss the bitch like some fucking movie, it's not a smooth transition at all. High fives, little arm touches, playful pushes, maybe a spin if you feel ballsy, little shit like that, little touches, little here and there, push away, but don't ever, whatever you do, don't ever just leave your arm around the bitch. Like you put your arm around her, she's glad you put, she's letting you put your arm around her, and now you're just like, you're so fucking glad about it that you're just leaving it there like a fucking virus, just leeching off all her cells from her body. Remove that shit, don't leave it there. It kills me when I see that shit, because every time I see couples on the street, you see those couples where the guy is just hanging over her, like they could be on a fucking train or some shit, he's just doing it, and you could just feel the kind of like they could even be together, but you could just kind of feel the energy shifting to where she's kind of trying to get away. Don't be that fucking guy. Last key thing I want to get through in this video, which is to mention serious shit. Now, a lot of times we see these videos where they're teaching you how to get good with women, but because guys, they suck so much in the front end, like approaching and flirting and getting her attracted, that we tend to forget the real important shit. Because what happens is, when you first get good, eventually you get too caught up in the flirty shit. You're flirting so much that by the end of the night, you don't even know her fucking name. You don't know anything serious about her, and those are gonna lead to flakes. I know it because I've literally had situations where I made out with chicks in minutes, but because I was just flirty, I never ever got serious once. That shit ended up flaking out, or like those chicks would just disappear, because once she's out of that mood, that heightened sense of mood, if she doesn't even know your name, she doesn't know anything about you, she doesn't feel any real personal connection, like who you are as a person outside of just this sexual flirty image, that shit is gonna flake out horribly. So also, to get women comfortable, you have to reveal serious shit about yourself. A lot of times you're not going to be able to get her to say it all at first. If you both had situations, childhoods, traumas, it doesn't have to necessarily be something negative, but it has to be something more than just surface level shit. If it's something that she could just comfortably tell a coworker, that isn't what you're going for. You want to go for like, oh man, your parents were drunk and used to argue all the time? Shit, my parents were drunk and used to argue all the time. Then you get more serious about it. Now you have a more deeper connection, because she sees you on that unneedy light. She sees you in a sexual light, in a flirty light, but now she also sees you in a serious romantic light, where she sees you as a real fucking person. That is what ultimately is gonna get women comfortable. Of course, after you build attraction and you're flirting with the chick and whatnot, and she's not just, because if you just spill a bunch of shit out to the bitch, she don't even know you, she's not even attracted to you, it's not gonna mean shit. She's just gonna be a sad violin story for her to play her world's smallest violin on. That's not what you want to go for. Side note, just for the quick do not creep the bitch out, do not hover around the bitch, do not look at the bitch for a long time before you approach her. Do not do any creepy shit. And now this is the tough thing, because it's like someone being stupid or crazy. The stupidest person or the craziest person, they're probably not gonna think that they're stupid or crazy. Or someone who's brainwashed. The most brainwashed person in the world is gonna be the person who doesn't think they're fucking brainwashed. So a lot of times creepy motherfuckers, you don't even know you're being creepy. You just say, oh, these fucking bitches, they're angry. They're always being mean to me and shit. But you think you're low? You're not fucking low. When you're there, like, just staying real quiet, and your body language kind of stiff. Chicks see you stiffen up. The moment your body language stiffens up and you're catching those little side, bitches see all of that shit. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. If you're gonna see her, smile, say hi, approach her. If not, ignore the bitch. Don't be doing this in between shit. That's why dudes get caught being creepy all the time. And I know a lot of times the difference between creepy and not creepy is just the bitch being attracted to you, okay? So I'm not saying let a bitch judgment determine your ego, because a lot of times bitches will call anything creepy. I'm creepy, but that's because you don't happen to like me. If another girl saw me, she'd be like, oh, he's not creepy, he's attractive. I understand that, but it is fucking creepy when you're there kind of hovering around the bitch, or it's like you want to go up to her, but you kind of just steal some looks at her. That shit is creepy, undoubtedly. So if you enjoyed that kick-ass video and you want to see more on dating, relationships, self-improvement, and motivation content, start now by hitting that button right there so you can join that Unleash notification game, bro, so you don't miss anything. So with that being said, gentlemen, unleash your best, and remember, until next time, confidence is bred by competence.